Yo, what's up, all you pirates? How are y'all doing? Today, I wanted to do kind of a catch-all with the things I've been reading, the things I have read, and I just wanted to kind of go through some of the stuff, give my thoughts, and just kind of chit-chat, get some things off my chest. All right, so I want to start with my favorite and least favorite comics from last month. And let's start with the least favorite. How about that? So, least favorite, no big surprise, X Factor. I don't really know what's going on in this comic. I don't know who the villain is. It's just so disjointed, and I'm not a huge fan of the characterization either of several characters. Man, I don't like Draken, Wolverine's son. He just sucks, man. Like, he was cool in Origins when he was the villain, and I felt like he had a good story arc. Wolverine killed him. It was traumatic, and they brought him back, and I feel like they've ruined him. I wish I would have just left him gone. So that's my thoughts on that. Not a very good book. Kind of waiting for it to get canceled. It'd be nice if it happened, before too long. Issue 12 maybe. I like the concept actually, but the execution just sucks. I think it's really cool having a comic book about the five resurrecting X-Men and like an investigation team to find out who's alive or dead. I don't even know who's writing it. Williams. It just sucks. It's a bad comic. All right, my favorite comic of the month is Hickman's X-Men number 17. And this reminds me of an old school comic where it's kind of a one and done type of story, and I love that. And the art in this issue is really cool too. It's very reminiscent of the '90s types of poses and stuff, like great looking ladies, muscular dudes. It's not trying to be super witty or super ambitious. It's just telling you a story that can be enjoyed in one comic. And the end of it has repercussions for the future, and that's cool. Little teases, but it's just one and done, and I liked it. I like the X-Men they used. It's Cyclops, Jean Grey, and Storm. They're going to the Shi'ar Empire, and it's just a cool story. So really like that. So those are my least favorite and favorite comics of, I guess, February at this point. So, little tangent. I've switched comic book people who I get my comics from. I was getting one from a guy here in Little Rock, and my comics just came in on Friday, the 12th. They're supposed to be like the first of every month. So I was just tired of waiting like halfway through the month for the previous month's comics, right? And so I switched over. I'm actually saving more money now. I switched to Atomic Empire based off the recommendation of my friend Jack. What's up, Jack? Saving me some money. So now I'm getting a 20% discount with all the comics I'm ordering and free shipping. So I'm saving some money, except for now I'm just getting more comics. But so I finally got my comics. That's why this is super freaking late. But just kind of want to go through what I got this month. So to start with, doing Star Wars High Republic issue 3 and Star Wars Adventures High Republic issue number 2. And I'm digging this series a whole lot. I just finished the second novel actually. I'll do another video to talk about that. I'll just make this one about comics. But I'm really liking the High Empire stuff so far. To me, it's just really hitting. It's really swashbuckling, and it's a little bit divorced from how everything has to be in continuity of the Lucas stuff. One of my big, not like I can figure it out, but kind of one of the things I'm concerned about is basically there's 3 different eras of Star Wars now. There's the prequels, sequels, and original trilogy. And every story takes place in between that or during that. And if I was just like a casual Star Wars guy, I'd be so confused. There's just like so many stories going on, and it's fine. Like it's a very rich place to play around in, and I'm glad that they're exploring a lot of different eras. I think it's cool that they finally wrapped up the Clone Wars stuff with season 7 of Clone Wars. And so let's leave that time period alone. Let's start exploring between episodes 3 and 4 now, like with the Bad Batch, and we've seen stuff with Solo and Rogue One as well. But let's explore this playground for a while. Let's also do between episodes 6 and 7 with the Mandalorian, building up to fixing some of the Abram decisions. But let's enrich this time period. That's all. That's all an idea on Reddit, where somebody wanted like a Clone Wars style show that took place before Episode 1. So it was about Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan going on adventures, and you'd see like some Darth Sidious stuff. You'd see the fall of Dooku. I would love something like that. Just a few seasons, 4 like Rebels or something. Just like some prequel era stuff. That'd be so cool. All right, enough Star Wars right now. Let's get into some of the Marvel stuff I'm reading. I got Thor number 12. Really loving the Prey storyline they're going right now with Donald Blake coming back. This is all spoilers. Donald Blake coming back and just being a complete badass. It's a really good storyline. I'm really digging it. This is part 4, so we're halfway through before this issue, and I just can't wait to see where they take it. Thor, Donny Cates is killing it. I need to read his King in Black stuff at some point. Speaking of King in Black, I've been reading Return of the Valkyrie, written by Jason Aaron. It's still good. It's not hitting as hard to me as the Thor stuff, but I do like how they're bringing Tessa Thomas's Valkyrie character from Thor Ragnarok into the comic book continuity, and they do it in a cool way. And so that's really neat. I think this is the third out of 3 issues. And so, yeah, it's really digging it. So let's get into X-Men now. So I've been doing, got Excalibur number 18. Solid series. I think it's kind of building off the strengths of a lot of its characters. I'm still not a huge fan of like the Avalon stuff. But it's cool seeing it explored, and I'm willing to be sold on the concept, and they're doing a fairly decent job of it. And X Swords didn't hurt it either, but it's not my favorite. But I think the characters are well written and stuff too, so it's fine. Then we got Sword number 3. I actually missed out on Sword number 2, so I guess I'll be waiting a little bit to read this so I can read that. Then I got X-Force number 17, one of my favorite X series going right now. Can't wait to see if they kill Quentin in this one as well. It's always fun to see him die. Cable recently canceled. Fine series. It's okay. Like I'm not a huge fan of the characterization to Cable. It just kind of comes off as like generic teen number 17 written by somebody who maybe doesn't know any teenagers. It'd be a lot cooler if he was more like old man Cable, like no nonsense, want to kick butt. It's too jokey, I know Dugan, he's written what's that series? Deadpool. I think he's more suited for that. This is just like too zany for me, for who the character is. And I do like Cable. His post Messiah Complex series is really cool, where he's saving the baby Hope. But not a big fan of this one. I can see why it's canceled. Hope X Factor gets canceled next. We got Marauders 18, another top of the pack series. I can't wait to see where they go with this. Just great book, like the characters, well written. Same writer as Cable, but this one lands better for whatever reason. New Mutants, we'll see. It's okay. We got Wolverine number 10, solid series, middle of the pack for X-Men. Perry's writing this one. For some reason, I like his X-Force a lot more. The series kind of feels like it has a bit of an identity crisis. I want some good solid storylines with Wolverine, and it feels like it's jumping between stuff a whole lot. Which you could say the same thing for X-Men, but for whatever reason, Hickman's nailing it. It lands better. Can't wait to see what these characters have been doing in the vaults. They really did do something with Laura Logan, whatever her name is, X-23. She's just kind of been floundering, and I want to see what they do with her. So, and Hickman's really good with that kind of stuff. So, Demon Days series I've been super hyped for. I've actually already read this. Couldn't wait to get it open. It's a $5 comic, but for the amount of comic you're getting for this, it's a really good value. Dude, some of these pages I just had to stop and stare at. It's some of the artwork's stunning and beautiful. The characters are good. I can't believe that Peach Momoko wrote this whole thing and illustrated it. She's obviously super talented. I've been following her on Instagram, looking at her covers. Just really great person, or a great writer and artist. She's probably a good person too. But Demon Days, highly recommend. I need to read everything else, but I'm sure this is going to be at the top of my pack for the month. And maybe I can compare it to another comic I read called Jonah. And this is a Omni Press. Let me just go and grab it real fast. Okay, and so let me compare Demon Days to this other comic that I read called Jonah and the Unstoppable Monsters. And okay, so I'm going to compare these two because they're both the start of a new series, be it ongoing or miniseries. Jonah's priced at $4, Demon Days $5. So there is a value expectation difference there. But Demon Days took me about half an hour to read. I'd stop and look. And it was also densely packed with story. And sometimes that can be annoying when it doesn't flow. And you feel like the book's stopping you a whole lot. Like I feel like in these X-Men comics, they got the pages of text, and that sometimes can be really annoying because it's just like an email or something. And like there has to be a better way to build the world than stopping the reader and just having these. It feels like a brute force way of building. So not a problem with that in Demon Days. It was just a pleasant read all the way through. And Jonah, I liked it. It's fine. And Unstoppable Monsters. It's a good book. But dude, I finished this book in like less than 5 minutes. Like I felt like I burned through it. And so some of these pages, there's no dialogue on it, or it's just like bare minimum. And so your eye is just going like to the next page. And the art's really good. Like, they got some spreads, cool beasts and stuff, really nice art. But I don't find myself staring as much as I was in the Demon Days book. And I felt like I just finished this book in like 3 minutes. Like the first half of it, there's like no dialogue, and so, and then the world building starts in the second half, but you already have this expectation from the first half that it's going to be like a breezy book, and I'm just comparing like the world building between these two series, and like I definitely felt like there's something wanting in Jonah. And it's a cool book. It's written by like a married couple, like that's really neat. But I've been thinking a lot about storytelling lately and what people want from books. And I just felt like it was like eating cotton candy or something. It's like very fluffy and very popcorny. Maybe for a kid, maybe I'm the wrong audience, but I don't think so. Like let's get some world building going. Let's not just waste pages with with just action. Let's have like a little bit on there to sink our teeth into. So, into tangent. We got Hellions number 10, another series I'm enjoying. Apparently, this one's in trouble too from sales data or something. But I'm liking this one, so I think this one would be a shame if it got canceled. I think it's cool to have enough Wild Child and The Nanny or whatever. And then everybody's favorite, X Factor. You know, I'll read it. I want to like things, I don't want to like dog on stuff, but this book just kind of sucks. All right. I just went to comic store to get a few more things, but I want to show this. I ordered, saw some cool art on Reddit, and decided I wanted. This is called Snow, Glass, and Apples. Neil Gaiman. I guess it's his take on the Snow White story. So I want to see what this is like. It looks really neat. Art's nice. So maybe I'll do a review on that. Comic book store stuff. Let's take a peek real fast, and then I'll wrap this up. So, Avengers, Mech Strike. Usually I don't check this stuff out, but the art looks so cool. And let's just do some big robot shit, like fuck it. Let's have some fun. This book seems like it's gonna be fun. So I pulled it. I wanted to check it out, so I did, because I'm a grown ass man who makes his own money. Star Wars Republic 2, that gets the second one, so Nocturna by Scott Snyder. It's issue number 1. I haven't read a lot of Snyder stuff. I have read some, but it's a good jumping on point. Solid writer, art looks cool, cover looks neat, image comic. So let's do it. And then I decided to finally get into the Last Ronin stuff. I've been reading the Ninja Turtle hardback comics. I'm on like volume 11 or 12. It's not the newest one. It's the second to newest. And I'm digging that. And I was gonna wait for the trades in the Last Ronin, but these are so thick and they're so nice to hold that I just had to get them. So that's what I'm doing. I'm gonna read those. I got a lot of reading to do. I've been reading my ass off though. Quit playing video games. Been doing a lot of art. Been drawing, and I've been reading a lot. So been reading books. Been reading comic books. It's a good time to consume and create. Trying to create more than consume. All right, I'm gonna